I'm Dave Ramsey. I own Ramsey Solutions, which employs 1,000 team members in Williamson County and won Inc. magazine's Best Place to Work in the nation last year. I'm a proud Tennessean. As a 30-year business owner, I've learned to assess risk. Those of us that own businesses live in a perpetual state of risk analysis. This allows us to avoid catastrophe if the risk is really great, and it also allows us to create and deliver goods and services in spite of risk when the risk is manageable. Like everyone else, business owners endured a huge emotional strain because of the pandemic of 2020. We really felt the weight of the responsibility to keep our team and our customers as safe as possible from a COVID-19 infection. At the same time, we felt the strain of maintaining revenue so that we could keep all the families on payroll who count on us for their livelihood. For many Tennessee families, the loss of jobs has been more devastating than the actual effects of COVID-19. We also felt the strain of trying to continue serving our customers safely and effectively. Like it was for everyone else, it was a really rough year for people who carry these responsibilities. On top of managing these risks and carrying this weight, business owners were also required to become agents of the government in enforcing COVID-19 mandates because local officials in too many Tennessee counties overreached their power. For many Tennessee business owners, the fear of the risk of being sanctioned, fined, or even shut down by out-of-control local officials was greater than the fear of the actual virus. We know this to be true. Many businesses aren't really concerned about whether someone wears a mask, but they're very concerned about some local authority seeing a maskless patron in their establishment and then shutting them down. So many fear their government more than they fear the actual virus. Optics instead of reality. That's ridiculous. Whether our local officials had good motives and meant well is not in question. They did. The inconsistent application of these mandates is beyond the pale. The stories of bizarre behavior and illogical, inconsistent mandates by officials in some counties is the stuff of legend. Our governor and many of our local officials have let our citizens make their own choices as adults in a free land, and I, for one, appreciate that. But for the few officials that continue to overreach, the legislature needs to give them better boundaries by passing SB 320, the Medical Non-Discrimination Business and Consumer Act, and other pieces of similar legislation. Like all my friends who own and run businesses in Tennessee, I love my team. I love my customers, and I love Tennessee. It's time for our great state to allow its citizens to make their own adult choices and not be fearful of our own government.